Hi, and welcome to Costcuisine, where I eat my way through Costco for you. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Costco Kirkland Signature Chicken Tacos. This can be found in the pre-made meal section at Costco, and I paid $15.94 Canadian for my meal. The price is dependent on the weight. The best before date is 3 days from the date that it was packaged on, and inside the chicken tacos you have chicken, some cabbage slaw, limes, cheese, salsa, cilantro, lime crema, as well as your tortillas. This is a very convenient meal from Costco. The cooking instructions are actually just microwave method instructions, and they are to put the chicken in a microwave safe dish or on a plate, microwave it for about 2 minutes or until it reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And then it also says you can microwave the flour tortillas to your desired doneness. I think you could definitely heat up both in a pan if you'd like, separate pans of course, but that might get the tortillas a little bit more on the crispy side if that's something you like. Now I'm going to cook and prepare my tacos. The cooking instructions are very basic, so I'm not going to show me microwaving my chicken and my tortillas, but I'll be back to show you what the finished product looks like and I'll taste it. I've now prepared my Costco chicken tacos, and I put some cheese as well as some cabbage slaw on them. I did find that there's 12 flour tortillas in the package that I got, as well as there's a fair amount of chicken, but I think if you divided the chicken over 12 tortillas, it'd be kind of scant for chicken, so they could use a little bit more chicken, but that's just me. I really like protein. And here are the two sauces that I'm going to put on my tacos. So there's the cilantro lime crema as well as salsa. So I'm just going to put these on. Then I'm going to taste each one too. I'm just going to take a lick off the spoon and let you know kind of what flavors I taste. So, put some on my other one. Okay. So, let's see. I really don't taste the cilantro. A lot of people don't really like cilantro because they find that it tastes soapy or has a really strong flavor, but this doesn't have much of a cilantro flavor. Also doesn't really have much of a lime flavor, to be honest, either. It does taste very cooling, so it's kind of like, almost like it tastes like spinach dip to me, which is kind of interesting, but it does have some cheesiness to it. And I think that's probably coming from the feta cheese that's listed as an ingredient in the sauce. So that's the cilantro lime crema. Now I'm gonna put some salsa on. I don't usually like really hot salsa, so I'm hoping that this one isn't too spicy for me. Okay, let's take a taste. I'll let you know how hot it is. The first taste that I got is like sweet, like a sweeter salsa, very tomatoey, not too hot at all. So if you're somebody that doesn't like a lot of hot salsa or spicy, really hot heat, don't worry about the salsa. It'll be totally fine. Now it's time to taste the chicken tacos. So I'm gonna try this one. I do notice just the texture of the tortilla is quite thick and firm. So they are really good for holding lots of ingredients. So here we go. Oops. The chicken is good. I didn't get any gross bits in the piece of chicken that I just ate. I like the little bit of cilantro lime crema. The tortilla is nice and thick, not very flavorful. One thing I will note is the chicken is very salty, like very, very seasoned. So the cilantro lime crema kind of like takes away from the extreme saltiness. The salsa just adds some flavor as well. The cabbage slaw doesn't really have any flavor, just adds lots of texture and crunch. And the cheese is nice too. I always keep a stash of shredded cheese in our fridge. So if you're like me and you like a lot of cheese on your tacos, I recommend, putting on some additional cheese because the amount in the package of the Costco Kirkland Signature Chicken Tacos isn't a ton of cheese. And I know that lots of people like cheese. I could also see adding some fresh diced tomatoes to these as well as guacamole. Tacos taste amazing with guacamole. So I would definitely add some additional ingredients if you like. If not, then don't worry about it. I got the nutrition information for the chicken tacos directly from Costco. In 1/6 of the tray, or about 2 tacos, there are 360 calories, 13 grams of fat, 25 grams of protein, 4 grams of sugar, 2 grams of fiber, and a whopping 1,290 milligrams of sodium. The ingredients list is surprisingly long for such a simple dish. There are a lot of hard to pronounce, food additive sounding ingredients, so if that's something that concerns you, you might want to take a read over the ingredients list for yourself. There are also allergens listed, such as wheat, oats, milk, sulfites, and eggs. So for anybody who's gluten-free, unfortunately, these are not corn tortillas, they are flour tortillas. So if you're somebody with celiac disease, these aren't safe for you. Also, the package lists that there might be trace amounts of things like fish and nuts in the dish. If you're looking for one of the most convenient meals from the Costco pre-made meal section, this is definitely one of them. I love tacos. I love how easy this was to cook up in my microwave, but I did find it a little bit salty. 1,290 milligrams of sodium for about 2 tacos is a lot of sodium, so it does leave me thirsty. However, I'm a huge fan of tacos. I like it when things are easy. So if you're like me and you're a taco fan, I would recommend you give it a try. That's it for my review of the Costco Kirkland Signature Chicken Tacos. If you liked my review, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you'd like to see more Costco food reviews, go to my blog, Costcuisine.com. You can follow me on social media by searching Costcuisine on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned as I keep eating my way through Costco for you.